Good morning, I'm VT. This is Grandma's Kitchen, and today we're bringing you 3 unique dishes for cold days. All 3 are easy, affordable and spectacular. Stay until the end and tell me in the comments which one you like the most. I'll reveal at the end which one is my favourite. Let's get started. First of all, Castilian soup. Delicious, restorative and very easy to make. 5 cloves of garlic, 1 tablespoon of sweet paprika, 150 grams of stale bread, 40 grams of serrano ham, half a litre of broth. It can be beef or chicken broth, 2 eggs, olive oil, a generous splash, half a litre of water and salt. Let's begin the recipe. It's easy and has few steps. In a large pot we heat a generous splash of olive oil. Once heated, we add the previously sliced garlic. We wait for it to turn golden, being careful not to burn it. As soon as it gets a bit of colour, we add the ham, also diced, and the bread that we have also cut into pieces. We stir so it doesn't stick, and so it absorbs the flavour of the garlic. Alright, the bread is already golden, it's been about 2 minutes, so we add the paprika. We stir to prevent the paprika from burning. Until the bread is nicely golden. Now it's time to add the broth. You know, beef or chicken broth, either one will work. And we top it off with water, about half a litre of broth and half a litre of water. We add salt to taste. We cover it, wait 20 minutes, and once the time has passed, the soup is almost ready. We add the eggs, always being careful not to place them too close together, because otherwise they will stick together during cooking. And now we just have to wait 3 more minutes for the egg to set properly. Serve it up and straight to the table. Castilian soup, garlic soup. One of the most traditional soups on your table in less than half an hour. That looks amazing. I hope you enjoyed the recipe. Subscribe to the channel if you did. Secondly, we couldn't miss out on stewed chickpeas with chorizo. It's a real showstopper. Chickpeas with chorizo, a chickpea stew, an incredible potage. Look how amazing it looks. You have to make it, you're going to love it, and it's super easy. We start by soaking 250 grams of chickpeas in water for 12 hours. After that time, they'll look like this. Yes, sir. I've used chickpeas that I left soaking in water overnight, as we've seen. If you want to prepare the dish really quickly, with these canned chickpeas, you've got it solved very easily. Do you prefer tradition or speed? I'm VT. This is Grandma's Kitchen. Let's continue on the day we're going to cook. We're going to prepare 3 cloves of garlic. We're going to chop them. Los Bergo, Cementa. We have a generous splash of olive oil inside the garlic. Medium-high heat. We'll wait for them to brown, and in the meantime, let's prepare an onion. We're going to cut it in half to make it easier to slice. Here we go. Thin slices. Snip, snap. Be careful with your fingers and soon you'll have the whole onion ready. That's how we want it. If you have at home those who we call picky eaters where I'm from, or kids who don't like to find things in their food, the onion, the vegetables for stews, just chop them finer. It's okay, it'll taste just as good, even though I like the traditional touch. You choose. We go back to the little pot and add our onion. As soon as the garlic is golden, a pinch of salt and we saute. It will take about 5 minutes. Now slice the essential chorizo just like this. If it's smoked, even better. As soon as the onion is sauteed, in goes the chorizo. Chorizo, ham, pork belly, bacon and any smoked sausage all pair well with this. I'm just going to stick with chorizo, but you can add whichever one you like best. I've even tried it with blood sausage and it's amazing. Someone told me they've added mussels. I haven't tried it that way. Pretty bold, honestly. Give it a stir for about 20 seconds so it releases the fat, the essence, and the fantastic flavour. After those seconds, it'll look like this, see? Wow, And we're going to add a teaspoon of dried parsley. Wow, and also a teaspoon of paprika. Mine is sweet, but you can make it spicy if you want. We stir and mix for 20 seconds, not a second more. Next ingredient, crushed tomato, 200 grams of tomato. If you have time, grate your own tomato. It costs a bit more but tastes great. The one I used is just crushed and unprocessed, with no sugar or additives, so it's basically like grating your own tomato. And if you have a garden, don't even hesitate. We add it to the mixture. This will lower the temperature. We stir a little bit. And now let's move on to another ingredient that can be considered a real trick. Fried tomato sauce. Tomate frito as we call it in Spain. Here we go. 4 tablespoons. The sauce will turn out much tastier. We add it and cook. Altogether 5 minutes. That's all you need. After that time, this is how it looks. We add our well-soaked chickpeas. They've been soaking for 12 hours and we've drained them, okay? We threw away the soaking water. We stir it. There it is. They're still hard, so you can move them around without any problem. We add water to cover them. We add salt to taste and we're going to cook for 2 hours. Medium heat. In the meantime, we'll prepare some potatoes. Are 3 potatoes enough for you? Let's try another trick. We crack them. Listen. There it is. If you break the potato like this, during cooking, it will lose much more starch, and the sauce will be thicker, richer, more flavourful, more of everything. That's how a stew should be. And the chickpeas have finished cooking, so let's add the potatoes and stir. There it is. It's time to taste it and see how much salt we need. So we add salt to taste. We top it off with water. And we finish with 20 more minutes of cooking. After that time, you'll have this pinto. Look at that bubbling, wow, amazing. Look at how the sauce turned out. Look at this fantastic golden red colour. To the table, there you have them. An easy recipe for stewed chickpeas with chorizo. My grandmother's recipe. You can't miss it. Plate, look. Third, a delicious and very easy stew. Sausages in wine with potatoes. Of course, sausages. About 700 grams of sausages. We'll also need potatoes. 2 medium-sized potatoes, also an onion. Green pepper, Italian pepper. What else? Garlic, 3 cloves of garlic. We'll add a bay leaf for aroma and flavour. Also chopped fresh parsley, about 1 sprig or so. There it is, beef broth, 300 millilitres and 200 millilitres of white wine. We'll also need olive oil. And of course the essential salt. There we go. The potatoes are well peeled and well washed. Now we're going to cut them into pieces. Good, into small cubes. We'll look for large pieces. These are the best ones for this recipe. Here we go. So little by little, we cut our potato into cubes. It couldn't be easier. Next step, oil. We're going to fry our potatoes with a quick fry. We need them to be golden on the outside, but not fully cooked, because they'll finish cooking with the rest of the dish. You see? On the heat. I've used mild olive oil, and I'm going to end up with some delicious potatoes. As for the potatoes, I'm going to add potatoes, But if you don't want to add them, that's fine, because maybe you prefer to eat it with mashed potatoes or with some fries that you're going to prepare separately. Or is it for another day and you won't eat it today? If not, you'll have sausages in red wine. Delicious. So, take note, let's get started with the sausages. We need to cut them up. Some people make this stew with the sausages whole, but I think that by cutting them up, they release more of their flavour, great, into the stew, and the dish turns out much more complete, and the potatoes are much tastier. So pieces about this size, more or less. There we go. Chop, 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 chop. I'm going to show you a great trick for cutting sausages. Scissors. Why? Because when you cut them, they fold a little and stay a bit closed, and they fry much better. Great trick. Alright, I have the sausages ready and I'm going to keep cutting things. I like the pepper in strips, so you can see it while it's cooking, just like these strips. However, I'm going to chop the onion much finer so that it disappears and helps us get a much thicker broth. So a few cuts this way and a few cuts that way. And just like that, we'll get some fine little onion cubes, really nice and thin. There we go. Let's take a look at the potatoes. There they are, frying. You can see they've already got that golden colour, even if they're not completely fried yet. But is that enough? We just need them to be golden on the outside, even if they stay firm on the inside, because we're going to cook them a bit more later. Here goes Misma, pan. We remove some of the oil, leave just a little, and saute our sausages cut into pieces. What for? Well, so they release flavour into this oil and also get a little seared. Essential. While they're frying, which takes a few minutes, let's prep the garlic by peeling and halving it. There you go. Like these. Let's go back to the pan. You see, our meat already has golden tones, so it's time to take it out. It took us 2 minutes. Don't worry, because they'll cook later. A little while longer. So they don't have to be completely fried. Come on. We take out the meat. In the same pan we add the onion and the pepper. We're also going to add the garlic cloves, and also the bay leaf. And we'll add a pinch of salt so it cooks faster. And we're going to saute our onion. We're going to brown everything well, so it creates a base for us. For this incredible stew, it will take about 5 minutes. After that time, it will look like this. Soft. You can see the onion has changed colour, and it already smells really good. At this moment, we add the sausages back in. There they are. We're also going to add the glass of white wine. We're going to cook for 2 minutes on high heat to eliminate the alcohol from the wine. And as soon as the 2 minutes have passed, we'll add our potatoes back in. Here they go. We're also going to add the beef broth. You can also use vegetable broth or chicken broth, and of course fish broth. No, don't be silly. My recommendation is beef broth. It turns out really good. We're also going to add chopped parsley. There it is. And we're just going to cook it for 5 minutes over medium heat. There it is. Do you see how it's boiling? We add a little more salt, because if you notice, we haven't added salt to either the potatoes or the meat. Well, after 5 minutes of cooking, this is how it looks. You see, the sauce has thickened. You can tell the potatoes are just right, and so are the sausages. An amazing dish. Let's let it rest for a couple of minutes before serving, so the flavours can come together. And to the table, a pinch of parsley. To make the presentation look really nice, I'm also going to add the classic little parsley sprig. And that's it. Our sausages in white wine with potatoes are ready. That's all for today's show. Hope you enjoyed the 3 recipes. Which one was your favourite? Tell me in the comments. And my favourite is the first one, the Castilian soup, the garlic soup. I love it. Thanks for coming. See you in the next video. Bye, love you all. Remember to subscribe and give me a like. It doesn't cost you anything. It's free.